There is no surety. No.
Are you sure Hitler existed? Are you sure Hitler existed?
No. It's okay. Why are you getting involved?
Are you sure Hitler existed? Are you sure?
Nice speaking to you.
Are you sure Hitler?
No.
Are you sure Hitler existed?
Look. Khan, we'll talk again. We'll talk again. But what I would like you to ponder upon is something that we said about logic.
What would you like to talk about? What would you like to talk about?
No. Ponder on the things that we said about logic, because you somehow have two different modus operandi in your head. When it comes to God, logic doesn't apply. When it comes to Christianity, logic doesn't apply. When it comes to Islam and Hinduism and atheism, logic applies. This kind of inconsistent approach is not healthy.
May I ask you a question? And we will talk. I'm happy to talk again.
Sure.
Why don't you talk to Bob?
I have spoken to him many times. I debated him.
Really? He
Let me tell you something.
You boycott.
There is hardly anyone in the park that I haven't debated or spoken to.
Would you talk to him again? Would you talk to him again?
We can talk again.
Would you talk to Bob again?
No. Wait.
I'm not that scared, man.
Why am I interested in Bob or Tom or Ted? Wait, one second. If you asked me, am I willing to speak to you again?
Yeah.
I would say, I have not found you toxic, heckler, and so on and so forth. Even though a little bit irrational, that can be fixed, no problem. I can talk to you. But there are people that I have spoken. There is not a single people that you know that I haven't spoken to. Jay, your Hattuns and Bobs and Davids and Chris's and so on, spoken, and you know what I've discovered? Toxicity, insincerity, persistence of not answering the question.
People say the same thing about me. People say the same thing about me.
Wait. When I speak about them, that you asked me to tell you why, let me tell you why. These people, for example, if somebody says, tell me about Islam or this and that, if they want to know, I can tell you all about it as much as I know, right, for example. But if you come to me and say, I want to debate you on this. Now, debating is a whole different ballgame, in which debating means two different interlocutors trying to establish of a truth claim of something, for or against or something like that, right? There's a proposition for or against it for a motion, for example, in university debates. For example, if I'm debating a position of Islam, you may come and say Islam is true, and I may say Islam is true, and we debate on that. What that entails is, you and I both have a grounding, sufficient grounding, and knowledge on the subject matter in which we can debate and establish the opposite. For example, to your claim. If you believe Islam is false, I should be able to debunk your claim and to show Islam is actually not false, but true, and you likewise.
Okay.
You should have that ability. What I have shown and demonstrated, all your evangelists in the park, neither are they knowledgeable or are they able. Instead, they mock, they deceive, and they're so toxic, heckling, persistence in not answering. For example, if I ask you a question, once, twice, thrice, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, like I did to this guy called Chris, that debate was not about, do I know about Quranic manuscripts? I chose that topic because he wanted to debate me on that. I said, fine, you know what? Before I debate you on this topic, or any topic, let's establish whether you know about the subject. Then you can debate me, or debate anyone. So this debate was about establishing whether Chris knew about Quranic manuscripts, for example. Radiocarbon dating was the issue that brought up. I asked him 3 or 4 questions. 3 definitely. He answered none of them. And it was for 5 minutes, and it lasted for more than 1 hour. Someone who avoid answering questions, I asked again and again and again for 1 hour, and calls me an idiot. Me an idiot. And yet, later on comes and begs me, debate me. I would not waste my time with such an insincere, arrogant, stubborn, toxic individual who is ignorant to the core.
It's not the same, it's not the same.
No, look. I give you an example of Chris.
Ask Bob.
Look. I can tell him in his face, I'm not backbiting. If he comes in, I will tell him 100 times what I said. And that will be in public too. He can watch it. That is the reason why we try, once we establish someone is like a brick wall, but a toxic one which slimes of dirt and filth comes out of it, you don't want to even touch it or talk to it. I can talk to you as long as I know you are not like that. The moment I discover someone is such of a nature, I'm not going to waste my time, I'm not going to waste my breath, am I going to waste my energy to people who are like that? So I decided to boycott many of those toxic hecklers because they don't add anything to a fruitful, well-mannered conversation where people can learn from each other. Because debate's meant to exchange and learn from this, right? So because of this kind of things, we ignore these people. Now, because of our ignoring them, they think, oh, there you go, Muslims are coward running away. Yeah, die in your rage, right? Because we will not engage with you as we've done. So if someone is knowledgeable, in fact, I've been telling all along, if you know someone very knowledgeable, you're academics, bring them along, we'll have a discussion. No problem. We are always open to, I am not going and seeking, this is a Christian who is so gullible, doesn't know. No. Often the time is, Christian comes in my discussion and they're trying to answer, as happened many times, right? Christian ladies comes along and interrupts my discussion. Or someone says, can I trust this person? I am not willingly going there, but I can initiate a discussion with anyone. If I find they don't know, I'm going to bombard them with saying, okay, you're a professor. I'm not going to misrepresent them. What we wish, atheists, you would see, we talk about with atheists and agnostics, even though they're professors, even though are students of philosophy. We prefer to speak to people of knowledge because that's where a fruitful discussion can take place. We prefer to speak with people who have sense and understanding on the subject matter. That's why we expect people in Speaker's Corner to come with your credentials if you have. For example, do you know Joshua Sejuwade?
Yeah.
He obtained his PhD in Trinity.
Okay.
We spoke with him, we arranged a debate with him online, with Jake the Muslim metaphysician, for example. Why were we able to do that? Because we are willing to take your best. Yeah? That is it. But if we find someone...
You need to eat more, my dude. Don't worry, my little boy here wasn't supposed to talk. So we can keep on talking. No, don't worry. My little Muslim, don't fear. Fear not. I know you're a Muslim. I know you're a Muslim. I know you're a Muslim. Okay, very simply, insult Muhammad right now for me.
Who's Muhammad?
Oh, some guy, just insult him, please.
Who's Muhammad?
So some
Would
guy,
I insult
right?
Jesus Christ? Would I insult Shiva from Hinduism?
So what are you?
Would I insult Brahman from Hinduism?
So are you a Hindu or a Christian? What are you?
I don't have to say what I am.
Okay, well, watch me, right? Muhammad's a trash dude, and Hindu and Brahman are false gods. See, I'm a Christian. I believe in Christ.
How dare you insult Brahman?
What you got?
How dare you insult
So you're Hindu?
You call me Hindu?
So you're Hindu?
Did I say I'm Hindu?
Well, why are you defending Brahman and Vishnu if you're not Hindu? No, talk to me, little boy.
Listen.
Yo, scrappy dude, talk to me, man. Come on, talk to me.
I know you love the
Why? Tell me. Why are you defending Brahma? Are you a Hindu? Okay, if anyone's watching this, if everyone knows this dude, apparently he's a Muslim, but now he's a Hindu as well, because he believes in defending Brahma. That's fine. State what you are if you're not afraid. Simple.
If I'm not afraid, why are you...
State what you are. Look at me. I'm a Christian.
You're a Christian.
Shiva the false god. Easy. What else you got for me?
Huh?
What else you got for me? Shiva's a false god. Muhammad's a false prophet. So what else you got for me?
Huh?
I told you, man. Simple. So ultimately, you are a Muslim because you're so afraid. You're so afraid to insult Muhammad. Yeah.
I'm too afraid.
Exactly.
I don't want to insult Shiva.
I mean, literally, you're wearing a necklace to Ibrahim. So come on, man. Don't fake it.
Ibrahim.
Who's that?
You need to have sufficient knowledge on the subject.
As far as I'm aware, that's an Arabic interpretation of Abraham. Huh?
All Arabs are Muslim.
Is that what I said?
You're wearing a necklace that says Ibrahim.
Yep.
You're a Muslim.
Well, I mean, certainly you're an Arabic-speaking Muslim, I would assume.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a necklace called Ibrahim, so I'm a Muslim.
Yeah, pretty much. No, nobody else calls him Ibrahim. Yeah.
You're smart.
What else you got, Scrappy Doo? Should I keep looking at you, understand? Nah, the man's gonna stay here. But ultimately, if you are a lovely Sunni Muslim, right? I want you to come over here and then talk to me. But you can't. Yeah, there you go. Hey, man. Stop being afraid. Simple. Stop being afraid.
Afraid of you.
Come on. Get over here. If you have a problem, if you wanna talk about rape, let's talk about it. Because your prophet was doing it by the boatload. And the worst part is that your prophet was doing it and he was being sanctioned by Allah to do it. So whenever he was raping, Allah was agreeing with him, man. So I don't agree with a girl who does this stuff. Nope, I don't agree with this stuff.
Numbers.
Okay,
31,
well,
18.
it's pronounced
Let's see,
Exodus,
let's see.
not Exodus.
Exegesis, you're not coming to me?
Oh, so the exegesis
Yeah,
of
exegesis.
Exodus. Okay, awesome.
Exodus, Numbers
Well,
31,
when you
18,
read
I don't know
that,
what
you will
you're
understand
talking
that in
about
Numbers 25,
Numbers
God was
31,
actually
18.
angry at the children of
God
Israel
was
because
angry
they
at them. He
were
let them rape
undergoing
little virgin
sexual
girls.
immorality.
All
The
of
only
the
person
exegesis,
who rapes
Deuteronomy
sexual
18,
girls
they say what?
is
You
Muhammad and his
forced
Sahaba,
them
nobody
to
else.
have sex with these captors.
That's what Muhammad did.
No.
Yeah.
You are forced to have sex with
Nope,
these
that's what
captives
Muhammad
in
did.
Christianity.
And
As it says in
the
Deuteronomy.
best part,
As
Muhammad
your
didn't
boy
even
says
require them to
over
get
here.
married.
Numbers 31,
So
18.
Muhammad allowed his
All my
Sahaba
motherfuckers, my
to
children.
have sex
Go
with
check
girls
that out.
who weren't even married to.
Go
Same thing.
check that out, bro.
Okay.
Wow.
Anyway, Scrappy-Doo, give it to me, man, okay? Hopefully one day you come to Christ, alright? And, hey, well, one day. Homeboy, anyway, do you still want to have a convo or are you done? So, well, ultimately, your question is built upon, do you think that a 6-year-old, well, do you think a 6-year-old, do you think a 6-year-old can consider sex? Because that's what the sources tell them.
You don't want to. The thing is, you want to pick out one thing. I don't know. But I'm just asking. That's
Ooh, homeboy's coming over. Like, careful.
I can't go, but yeah.
Their sources tell them that, so you're gonna have to believe it. All right, fair enough.